Hey everyone, Zach here from Netflix. Got another video for you guys today. Today we got this MacBook Pro. It's the M1 version, and it's in here for repair because it looks like the customer had some liquid damage and they're saying it's not powering on now. So we need to go ahead and take a look at that to see why. Because usually, right, if there's any type of liquid damage, that could be most like corrosion or something else like that that's on the board, and we need to do a fix for that first before anything else. So we're gonna go ahead and open up and take a look. We do lots of logic board repairs and liquid spill repairs, especially focused on MacBooks, and do lots of data recoveries too. And we also take in mail-ins. We're located in Northern Virginia area, pretty much right outside of DC. And if you have a repair or data recovery, definitely you can mail it in or just come on by, say hi. We'd love to see you guys. So let's go ahead, let's open up, let's actually take a look at it and see what's going on. All right, so I took out the board, I removed it. Something here, there's some liquid damage there. On some flux or something? Something's going on there. Maybe it's been worked on before or something. It's a little bit strange over there. And we don't know, maybe there's something missing. Something looks to be awkward over in this area, and obviously there's no power on. But if you look closely here, a good telltale would be just to really see what you see maybe on like the back cover around this area, and we could see that there was probably some type of liquid or something there, just based on what we see here, you know, because it looks a little bit damaged, or at least some type of liquid, something got there. The rest of the palm rest looks actually be okay too. We can also look around the same area there. This looks pretty nasty here, right? And if the other side looks pretty clean, it's a good way to compare it and see if there's a liquid damage to that. Before anything else, we always like to show you guys too, and this is always good to take a look at, is to see maybe what the problem is for it, right? So let's plug it in and see well, not the problem, but to see what the symptoms are. Let's go ahead and plug it in and see what are symptoms for it. So if I plug it, right, we should get some type of voltage there. If you watch all of the videos, we talk about this many times for them. We see about 5 volts, 0.05, 0.06. So stuck there. And if we plug it in here, looks to be about the same. So you're getting a very similar reading to each one, which can indicate a lot of things, but now let's go ahead under microscope and let's go ahead and take a look at this area here. This is close to your Wi-Fi chip, and it just looks pretty nasty around this area. Looks like a whole chunk of it actually came out. Let's see, very, very nasty. Yeah, so possibly some type of work or something going on with it. Anyway, we want to see if that is our major problem, right? So a good way to check that, even just say you didn't have a schematic or didn't have a map or anything, usually you have a lot of these power areas that are pretty close to around here. So we can also check the thermal cam too. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in, and we're gonna go check the area and see if something usually flares up. That usually means there's a problem, right, with whichever area is gonna flare up. So if you see that how it's flashing, it's not a rave party, man, but it's flashing right there. And it looks like that is one of the CD32s. This is one of the USB-C circuits. So if I take this out, right, it should stop. So if we plug it back in, we could say there's another rave party on the other side. So if we go close to that Wi-Fi area, you can see actually there's a component there is flaring up. And that most likely is your problem causing the short there. So now we can go back to our microscope, and let's go ahead and take a look. So we can see that the area looks to be damaged. It's about here. And it's pretty close to where it is. So usually around this area, that makes a little bit more sense. If we could see, actually this kind of looks a little bit burned or something, right? This clearly was a liquid damage, because you could see, you actually see the damage to it there, how blue is there. It's a little bit corroded and leaving a little bit of rust. And we also need to see the top part, but you see that? Yep, it's a little bit rusty there. And we can go ahead and check to see why it's doing that, but most likely there's a short there, right? So that's what's going on. And it could be even this whole entire area there. So what we need to do is let's go ahead and look at the schematic real quick for it, and then probably start working on it. We're missing a few different components from this area. So this area looks to be completely cleaned out, which kind of makes sense. Like if you see the top area, probably because there's liquid damage. And the thing is, this WL Bluetooth, is there really a powered rail one here, or is it just all like Bluetooth and Wi-Fi? You see that? Because what we normally want to look for when you see any type of short, there's a problem, right? If there's a major power rail. Now the thing is, this chip is integrated itself, so you can't just remove it. Maybe it's taking voltage, and if obviously there's liquid damage, it's going to throw a fit. But if we look at where the thermal cam is throwing a fit, it's throwing a fit here, which is along this rail, which is what? This is your, or no, 1V8 there. So I don't know if that's going to be necessarily something, but maybe if it's burned this whole entire chip, maybe they're all connected, right? So if we click this one, maybe it's connected to one up top. Yeah, and most likely it is, right? So maybe it's the top area there or the front area, which this is missing too. So when you do that, that's the whole kind of point of this, is you'll see this is connected to certain parts. And the thing is, this whole entire row looks to have been removed. So if we go back to our camera, if we have this whole part here, it looks like it's completely damaged and removed there. So that makes sense why this area would be thrown a fit outside of just a liquid spill. So for a lot of these Macs, there will be certain areas, especially close to where the Wi-Fi area is, and some other areas on the board where you may see this black coating that goes around there. It's not any type of like liquid spill or anything. It's just a coating that they put around them. That's to help keep moisture out, and for if there's a problem, or especially if something gets under it like this, it makes it a lot more difficult for repair. So we need to chisel away at it because it's not a very straight solder job. And in this case, what we're going to do is we're just going to remove this burnt component and then see if that's going to go ahead and fix it, because it's along the same data line there. And then after that, if it looks to be pretty good, we can just replace it later, and then we should be all good to go. So let's go ahead and test it out. Okay, so let's go ahead. We did a fix, so let's go ahead and plug it in. See? So we're getting our 20 volts now, which is fantastic. And you guys are probably curious, just as much as I am, on a thermal cam. So let's go ahead and plug it into a thermal cam now. So let's flip it back over to where the problem area was from before. And we don't see it blinking anymore. You see that it's getting a little bit warm around that area, but that's fine because a lot of the other part of the board is getting pretty warm too, right? Lots of other different areas are, but nothing's causing a short or giving it an issue. Let's see. Processor isn't getting warm. It usually sticks at around 20 volts and doesn't get a whole lot of amps, usually until you press the power button, but sometimes this can get a little bit warm, which it is actually a little bit right now. So we see the processor is starting to get warm now. And then it might just give out for a little bit. Yep, that's pretty normal because until you press the power button. So let's go ahead and plug it back in. We'll go ahead and test it out, and then we'll also check for wireless signal too. Oh man. Let's turn this off. There we go. Oh, now you guys can see. Okay, so power's on, which is good. Everything looks to be good, right? So that area that got impacted, that's around where the Wi-Fi is. So I want to log in to make sure that there's no problem. A lot of them that don't have anything. So, okay, so we got Wi-Fi connection here, which is good. Let's actually make sure we can go to website, and then let's also check the Bluetooth line, because I think the Bluetooth was also another thing. Okay, so we can go to websites. Everything looks good there. Now I want to check, because it also said Bluetooth, right? So let's go ahead. I'm going to go connect it to my speaker, and let's make sure that works. And it looks to be connected there. Oh, who's that guy? I don't know who that guy is, but it looks like it's us.
Hey everyone, what's going on? Eric here from MacBook. Got another video for you guys.
Want to put this up closer? Whoops. I would have paused it. Oh, you can pause it, right? And pause and play. Nope.
We're going to be showing you a quick little tip, or maybe
It's
not
like
even
a
a tip, maybe a very
there.
useful
Disconnect it.
by your dead MacBook. I have it working.
Seems to be pretty good. So it is connected. We're showing the DOS box here, which is that's what this is. So we got Wi-Fi working, we got Bluetooth working, and it looks to be pretty good. So if we go back to our schematic there, so if we go back to our board view, this whole area, sometimes what can happen is, especially if you see like some stuff up here that's connected to one of the main circuits there, some of them could be actually redundant. And what happens is if they're removed or something, it could just be for in case something else happens, right? You have multiple failures or multiple reserves in case of failures. So anytime you do any type of like removal for it, when you do see one of the ends are exactly the same, they're right next to each other, they're usually on the same type of line there. So removing one might actually be totally fine, and then we won't give any other type of issues for it, because it could just be more of like a reserve or backup in case something happens to one, then you have two there. So anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoy watching this video on doing a repair on the M1 A2338 MacBook Pro. If you guys did, please just leave a like. It really does help us a lot. Subscribe for more. We do lots of MacBook repair content, logic board repairs, data recoveries. We're located in Northern Virginia area, very, very close to where the nation's capital is in DC. We take lots of melons. We show you guys those as well. And if you're interested in sending a mail in for it, there's actually a form on our website. We have all the contact information, the link in the description below, and we'll be glad to help out with any other type of logic board repair, MacBook, liquid spill repair, and obviously data recovery. So hope you guys are watching, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care. Bye.